So I can't believe we got this news. I mean, there are some very realistic things that I hope for in this world, like to eventually marry Tate McRae, like to eventually marry Olivia Rodrigo. I could go on with this list, super realistic things. But then there are some other unrealistic things in this world that I'm like, look, that's probably not going to happen. I mean, I can pray and dream for that to happen, but it's just not. And one of those things actually happens to be a bunch more Planet of the Apes movies. In fact, a report here does say that we are getting 9 Planet of the Apes I can't even fucking speak. 9 Planet of the Apes movies. A 9-film saga is planned for the modern Planet of the Apes movies. We thought, this is crazy ambitions, but here we are at 4. Again, that was all being reported by THR. I actually don't know what THR is. That sounds like a thing that can maybe make your muscles get big, right? But I recently just watched the new Planet of the Apes movie. I made a review on it, which you guys should definitely go check that out if you haven't already. Uploaded a couple videos before this one, obviously. But I loved it. I thought it was great. Probably not as good as the other 3, but I thought it was really awesome. A fresh new start to this new trilogy, which we did know was actually coming. And then, obviously, a new leading on to what looks to now be a 9 saga movie. And look, I know a lot of people are critiquing this. I don't know if we necessarily need 9, but I am so all for it, man. There is a ton of things that they can do. Again, I always knew that this 4th movie would be setting up the 5th one in a big way. Again, spoilers going forward, go fucking watch the movie, man. I know my voice is angelic and touches you in places you probably never been touched before, but go and watch the movie instead of hearing what I have to say. And then once you're done watching it, come back and hear what I have to say, because I have to pay rent. And if you don't, I will be fucking on the street. So please like, subscribe, comment, and watch my ads. Anyway, where I'm going with this is, right, we obviously knew going into this that the 4th one was probably going to be setting up the 5th one. It was only a matter of time till they got to the astronauts and space. Again, for those of you who don't know, in the first one, there is a newspaper that actually does say astronauts stuck in space. And then obviously, I believe on the TV, while the 2 blokes are sitting there having a tug or whatever in the Apes facility, it does show the Icarus, I think it's what it's called, launching into space. And if I remember, I think Mars, I'm not exactly too sure. But obviously that was in the first movie, and we went through 3 movies without hearing anything about this. You can only imagine now with the 4th one, that's 300 years after, humanity is fucked. There is not a single soul beside my beautiful Freya Allens May, who is roaming the streets of, I think, San Francisco. Does anyone actually fucking know where the new one's set? I'm pretty sure the director even said it's basically anywhere. Anywhere you want. It's your imagination. It's probably somewhere, obviously. I'm pretty sure it's still San Fran, but I could be very wrong. Let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. The thing is, right, we knew these astronauts were coming. And we obviously see that May's whole plot at the end was to get this thing that actually reignited the satellites to not only communicate to those, I think in Indiana was one of the places, but obviously communicate to those in space to come back and hopefully restore humanity, restore what once was, and have the humans come back and try and retake what was theirs. Again, this is kind of like the plot of Avatar 2, but not really, because I guess the Na'vi already owned that and the humans just wanted it, and then they tried to come back because plot. But obviously, yeah, there's a ton that they can do here. In my opinion, the 5th one is obviously going to be about the humans coming back from space. They are going to come back with vengeance. They're probably going to go to that space station, and we're eventually going to see what is probably going to be leading to another war, I'm assuming, or again, another possible theory is maybe a cure tries to be created for this disease, the simian flu, that has completely torn apart all these people and their right to be human and turning them into cavemen, right? That's another theory. Again, there's a bunch of other plot points that they can do for this 9-movie saga. We gotta remember that eventually, right? Because this is how I thought it was gonna go. I thought they were gonna do this in the 6 movies. Turns out they're probably gonna do this in the 9 movies. I thought eventually what would happen is we would get that Charles Heston kind of plot of the spaceman coming down and saying that the world is destroyed and, I guess, trying to semi-reproduce with, I think it was, what was the chick's first name in the original? I don't know, she was hot, but she couldn't speak. Then there's obviously the other plot points that they can go to. Again, I think in the second movie, there was the plot where there was an ancient civilization of humans who had been living underground. I don't think had been touched and disturbed by what had been going up ground. Are they going to get into that? Are they going to get into the whole time travel side of things that we saw Charles Heston do, that we saw Mark Wahlberg do, right? Are we going to get into all of that? Is there going to be the similar plot to how that Mark Wahlberg movie was kind of constructed, where someone is going to come back and see what's happened, but the apes have got like what that New York type thing was going on. Again, we did see Proxima Caesar did say he wants to know what's inside the vault and learn. So are they going to eventually learn to fly? Are they eventually going to learn what it is like to be humans and what the previous humans were like? This and that. There's so many different questions that I have. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if we do need 9 movies. You probably could have gotten this all done by 6. Some other people are saying, well, what if the humans come back from space and they try to do another war, they try and fix things, and it doesn't work? And then in the next trilogy, we have the Charles Heston, Mark Wahlberg character do the time travel, where he sees what that apes have taken over and everything's fucked. And then we get to see the humans that live underground, right? And have been living there for hundreds and hundreds of years. Yes, we could maybe... Fuck. I'm having a stroke while filming this. Yes, we could maybe see that. But in also saying that, if we do see in maybe the 8th movie or the 7th movie, a Charles Heston character come down, see that the world is fucked, then those discover the people who are living underground, does that not kind of combat the whole purpose of these humans coming down from space and then trying to repopulate this and that? It's almost like we will have seen these humans try to repopulate like 3 times now. It's just like a kind of a reused plot. We saw Woody Harrelson try and do his part. Didn't work. We're going to now see the humans coming down from space. And if that doesn't work, then we're going to get that Charles Heston type character who's going to time travel or whatever and then try and repopulate or, you know. That's 3 different times that the humans have tried to like save humanity. And I don't know. Do we really fully need to see that in film? I mean, if they do it right, if it's not too goofy with those people living underground, if the time travel is made sense, if the humans coming down from space is really cool, there's a ton of different things they can do and we can theorize on, but obviously, yeah, it's a big asking point. We need to truly see how this is going to go first, and I'm honestly very interested to see. I'd really like to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on how we're going to get this 9-movie saga. What are we going to get? Do you guys think we need 9 movies? I'd very much like to know all of your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my sports channel, my IRL/Flying channel, and this channel for all the latest content, news, all that type of stuff. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.